Hi, my name is Dr. Paget, and I am the instructor for RTL 5355 Entrepreneurship Retail Business Planning. And to tell you a little bit about myself, I actually own a business. I have a small floral business, boutique floral business called Unforgettable Floral. And I also help my husband with his company. He owns a publishing and marketing company. And through our two businesses, we have learned quite a bit about entrepreneurship and starting a business and putting together a business plan. So I'm hoping to impart some of what we've learned to you in this class. I also completed a retailing degree at Texas Tech for my undergrad degree a few years back. And before we begin the introduction, I would like for you to go into Blackboard and print the syllabus, because we're pretty much just going to cover the syllabus and just give you the basics of what the class is about. So first, what I'm going to look at is we're going to talk about virtual office hours, and I will send those out every week, and it'll come out at the beginning of the week. On Mondays, I'll usually send out an announcement, and it'll show up in Blackboard, but I'll send it in an email. And in that, I'm going to give you when virtual office hours are that week, so it'll give the days and times, because they'll change each week. Then I'll also give you what assignments are due that week, any changes that we've made to the schedule, any extra credit opportunities. All of that will come out in the announcement. So it's really important to pay attention to the announcements when they come out, and then when you also log into Blackboard each time, go ahead and look at that. I also would recommend entering the course at least 2 to 3 times a week, and definitely on Mondays. So during virtual office hours, you can either contact me through Microsoft Link or Skype, that it's called, or you can call me through my office phone, which is listed here, and it's also listed on the syllabus. So those are the two ways to contact me during virtual office hours. If you can't meet during office hours, you can always send me an email, and we can set up a different time to meet. So feel free to do that. You can also, if you want to just call and talk on the phone, you could send me what assignment you're working on and tell me what parts you wanted me to look at before we meet. If we do Skype, the nice thing about that is that we're able to actually go in, and you can share your screen with me, and I can see what you're working on, and I can make changes while we're talking. So that's one reason that Microsoft Link or Skype is really nice. But we can also use you can just call me if for some reason you're not at a computer or you can't get Skype to work. So my email is listed. I will answer emails Monday through Friday within 24 to 36 hours. So when working on assignments, most of your assignments will be due on Sundays. So I suggest working on your assignments during the week. So then if you have questions, you can actually ask them during the week when I can respond, because if you wait until the weekend to work on your assignment and have a question, I can't promise that I'll respond to that until Monday. So that's just something to think about when you're working on assignments. And as I mentioned, we'll communicate either through Link. I'll communicate through announcements telling you what's going on that week. And then we'll also communicate. You can communicate back and forth with me through my email. There's also a tab in Blackboard called the course schedule. So you'll want to go look at that, and that'll give you all the due dates for the semester in this class, because we'll be doing discussions and we'll be doing assignments, and it'll show you when those are all due. And those also, that's also listed, the course schedule is also listed in the syllabus. But as it says, it's a tentative schedule, so that can always change. So that's why you want to also make sure you check announcements for any changes in the schedule, because I'll list those. So this is the catalog course description and the course rationale for this class, which is basically saying that in this class you're going to learn how to structure and develop a business plan by following a step-by-step approach to starting a business. You're also going to learn about the various components of a retail business and develop your own business plan for the business you create. So some things that you're going to identify or assignments you're going to do throughout the semester. One will be identifying a viable target market for your business. You're going to determine what forms of marketing are needed to secure customers. You're going to select a location. You're going to determine what employees you will need and what will their job descriptions be. And you're going to determine how much inventory to carry and how to sell it. So these are just some of the main assignments or main sections of your business plan. There'll be a few others, but just to kind of give you a feel for what are the different things we'll be doing with our assignments. Next, we'll look at our student competencies and learning outcomes. And these are just the main things that we're wanting to learn in this course. So this course is, like I said, is designed to teach you what an entrepreneur looks like and what all goes into developing a business and what all is needed in a business plan to get funding. So each of the chapters that you'll do will be sequential and they'll help you build your business plan. So each of the assignments that you're going to do is helping actually build the business plan that you'll turn in at the end of the semester. So what's nice about that is it gives you a chance to turn in each piece and then for me to give you feedback on any changes you need to make. So by the time you get to the end of the semester, when you put your business plan together, it should be very easy to put it together because you're literally just going to be putting the pieces together. And the only assignment that we won't be doing is we won't be doing your executive summary. That'll be the only part that you'll have to do at the very end on your own. But like I said, we're going to analyze demographics of who is your customer. We're going to look at market economic factors. We're going to look at competitors. We're going to look at trends and opportunities in the retail industry. We're also going to look at management systems, operation and control procedures, and marketing and promotional strategies within the retail industry. And we're going to do all this while communicating and writing. So that's a big thing about this class is that it is writing intensive. And an important thing to remember too is that you want to make sure all of your writing is third person. So you never want to use I and say this is what I think or this is how I feel. You want to back everything up with facts and you want to keep everything in third person. Another thing is you can also look at the example business plan at the end of the book at Appendix D in your text. And also, if you go to the tab in Blackboard that says Business Plan Portfolio, you'll see an example business plan there, and you can go through the rubric just to kind of see what you're going to do at the end of the semester and put together to kind of get a feel for the class. And just make sure to look at the syllabus, look at the example. Now we're going to go through what all is required for the course. So for this class, we are going to do online discussions, chapter assignments, your final business plan portfolio, a participation meeting, and quizzes. So as you can see, chapter assignments are really important that you do well on them because that's going to be the biggest part of your grade. So that's something to think about to make sure that you do really well on your chapter assignments. So now let's kind of go through everything. First, we'll look at online discussions. And with your online discussions, you're required to complete a write-up on that discussion topic given for each chapter on the Blackboard forum. And you need to have an original post that has to be 100 words long, and it's going to be due on Saturdays. And you also will respond to at least one other student's discussion post with a 75-word response, and those will be due on Sundays. So refer to your rubric to see what you're going to be graded on under those online discussions. Next is chapter assignments, and chapter assignments will be submitted in a Word document on Blackboard, and they're also going to be due on Sundays. And assignment files must be named last name, assignment name, and they should be submitted with a cover page including your name and the course number. And assignments should be submitted also with page numbers. And all assignments will be evaluated and returned for revisions prior to the end of the semester. And you're going to be graded on your grammar, your word use, your organization, your sentence structure, and your other technical aspects, in addition to the actual content that you'll need. So to really know what to do for each assignment, what you need to do is you need to refer to the rubric that has been developed for each assignment, and then you can also look at the examples. And upon receiving feedback, you'll be able to rewrite the assignments and they'll become part of your business plan portfolio. So I tell everyone it's really important to, 1, do your assignments on time so you don't get behind, but 2, after you turn them in, you need to actually go in to the gradebook that's on Blackboard, because all your grades will be posted there. And you need to go through and open up that actual assignment in the gradebook. And in there you can see, I will write in 2 places. I'll write on the paper, and I'll also put it in the feedback underneath the different items that you'll be graded on in the rubric. And it'll tell you specifically what you got counted off on and what changes you need to be made. And so the best thing you can do is, after you've gotten your grade, is to go back in, make those changes, save those to your actual assignment, so then when you get to the end of the semester, it's really easy to put your portfolio together, because you already have updated those assignments and made any changes that I've given you. Next is your final business plan portfolio, and it's a comprehensive collection of all those revised assignments that I've just mentioned, and it's going to be combined into one document. The only thing you won't have done that you'll have to do at the end is an executive summary. Will be the one actual document that's part of the portfolio that we haven't done yet. And you can refer to the business plan portfolio tab in Blackboard, and you can see an example of a business plan, and also you can see the rubric to kind of know what you're going to be graded on and what are all the pieces that are going to be in that business portfolio at the end of the semester. And looking at participation meetings, so we will meet in person once a semester, and this is a required meeting where we'll actually get to meet face-to-face. And just what we'll do is we'll talk through an actual assignment that's coming up, one of your bigger ones. And then if you just have any questions about the class, that's a great time to ask them, and just a way for us to get to know one another and just to put a face to a name. And then last is your chapter quizzes. And so for chapter quizzes, you will have quizzes that'll go with each of the chapters. They will be due on Sundays, and you'll be given 2 weeks to do 2 chapter quizzes. So you'll have a quiz for almost every chapter. And those quizzes are 5 questions long, and they're worth 100 points. So those are all the different sections of your, or all the different course requirements. There's also, just so you know, there's the scale listed on how you'll be graded, and your grades, there's a weighted total in the gradebook, and so at all times you'll kind of know where you're standing, because it'll give you your total grade within the class. Here's the book that we'll be using. It's Fashion Entrepreneurship Retail Business Planning. And the book, you can get the first or second edition. There is a second edition, but it's okay if you get the first. There's no real changes to it. And you also don't need the CD-ROM, so you can get it without the CD-ROM. So, because all of the stuff that's on the CD-ROM, I actually give you through Blackboard, so it's not a big deal if you don't have the CD-ROM. But you will need the book to be able to complete assignments and to do the discussions, so you have to have it. So I would get it as soon as possible. Next, I'm just going to walk a little bit through some of the main rules that we have to follow. One is academic dishonesty, which we all know is not tolerated. So if you have more questions about that, you can refer to page 46 in the Texas Tech University catalog for statements on cheating and plagiarism. Also, you have to follow the Fair Use and Copyright Act. That requires us to familiarize yourself with that. It's pretty much saying no plagiarism. And since we are writing, we have to make sure that we cite something that's not our own. So, and last is online learning environment. So since we are online and we are going to do discussions, I expect for everyone to show respect to others. So please think about before you post a discussion response to someone else's work. and don't say anything that you wouldn't want said to yourself. So I'll also have a netiquette article that you can read, just to kind of give you some pointers on how to do discussions. And another big thing I wanted to mention was students with disabilities. So if you have a disability, please get the paperwork filled out, and then the Student Disability Services will actually send me an email and then tell me what exactly I need to provide you. But I can't do that for you until you get that, you meet with them and get all the paperwork filled out and they send me the email. So please do that. It's in your syllabus. It has the number listed if you need to know exactly who to call. And last is technical requirements for the course. So since this is an online course, there are some different things that you need to know. One, everything that you're going to need for the course except for the book is going to be found in Blackboard. You're going to need a computer with internet access for the course. You're also going to need to download Microsoft Link or Skype to communicate. And then also for your lectures can only be viewed through the web browsers Internet Explorer or Firefox. So if you don't use either one of those currently, I would go ahead and download those to your computer. Also, you'll want to download Microsoft Silverlight because it helps with watching the videos and using Microsoft Link. And you can download that through your e-reader. Just go there to do it for either a Mac or a PC. And also, as I've said before, just make sure to look at the course schedule link whenever you have a chance. And one last thing I wanted to mention to you was about your different assignments and discussions. You can always turn in an assignment or discussion late for partial credit. So please, if you miss something, go ahead and turn it in so you can at least get partial credit and then get feedback on the assignment of any changes you need to make, because partial credit is way better than a 0. So I do allow you to do that, so please go ahead and do that. And one thing I will say, just a helpful tip, is just please try to stay on top of things. It's real easy to get behind in this class because we do assignments every week and discussions. So you just have to kind of stay on top of things and do what you can not to get behind. So I look forward to meeting you all and helping you form a business. And I look forward to working with you. And let's get started.